Mr. Jackhammer's here. Good evening. Oh. Let's see what madness tonight brings us. A Cuntysaurus. How's it going, Gaz? My amigo. How's your day been, lads? Let's go for a run around there. Mrs. Sauce for me last year sometime. Sure, Rachel's addicted to this track. Hello, daughter. Good evening. Hello. The other way, fella, or something. Because you're the fucking son of the host. Behave yourself. You're a bit naughty last week. Don't let Uncle Eddie show his true colours. blink it. Bit too many beans. I don't even know this track really. Rachel races on it all the time, but she likes it. That. Right. Tino's in the party chat.
Good evening, Martin. Welcome in.
Now we get to the views.
Hello.
Mike in his
All
bucket.
ready to go. Wait from work, wait till I get in, if and when I can. That's Lucas.
Can everyone hear me loud and clear?
What is silence?
Hello. I don't know if I've been muted, but my mic seems to be working.
I can hear you, but we're still on the first. I think there's going to do movement racing. Still racing at the minute. Lucas has just put in chat. He's running late from work. I'll get in if and when I can. Andy says it sounds good, so Link it Andy can hear you through the views.
Oh, excellent. Well, if Lucas, obviously, if he misses the sprint, he'll still jump in for the main race.
Yeah, there you go, Lucas. So if you do miss the sprint and you can get into the main race, that'd be brilliant. I have already sent the party invite out, so you can just join that when you jump on. It's going to be an interesting night tonight.
Hey, no. Oh, delivery pattern for me, banging out the jacket.
Definitely so. Definitely. Oh, Mihai on his way in.
Excellent.
Loading there. Hi, Mihai. I have sent party invite, just join when you can. Normal guy, we've got a battle board out with Jeff and Tom Jinx at the front. Blink it, Lucas, I'm a cheerleader for you tonight, laugh out loud.
Go on. And you put your engine in the wrong end.
Slide there,
Oops,
Got
that's
William third.
gone wide. Nothing serious.
Followed by Eddie, and then Victoria Irish Richard. This is just a warm up for you guys, warm your tyres. We've still got JGT and Toby at the back of our living area. JGT is coming up behind the map. Guys, you time this one nice. We've got 5 minutes left and you're coming up to your final lap, I think. Yeah, we're coming down now. Time this one rather nice.
I wonder what track we've got this week. What does Tino wind up for us?
We've got Lincoln Andy cheerleading for Lucas. We've got Peter cheerleading for GT. Let's see what in the chat going along all night. There we are on the final lap then, guys. We'll have the big reveal of where we are going this week. Ryan, nice timing.
Oops, a penalty.
Safety goals. Quite a bit of a gap there, 20 seconds. Captain Duke closing up a bigger white, 13. From Duke to Well.
Not a penalty.
Then we've got Eddie on Wells. Tail near enough.
Come on! Oh shit!
Look at touch there.
Mom! Eddie hit me!
It'll be nice to see some nice clean racing this week, guys, on the sprint race.
Yeah, well, last week was a bit, I mean, stark contrast. The sprint race was, I mean, to be honest, if I'd never watched the league and I'd seen the sprint race, I probably wouldn't have stayed for the main race, but exact opposite. The main race was one of the best, most respectful previous races of the season so far, so
yeah, it's a bit strange. Yeah, nice clean races, both of them. There we go. Jeff just took first, followed by Captain Jinx, followed by Will, followed by Eddie. Swinging now is JGT, followed closely by Kopi and Anchorman.
LG, hello! Hello, LG!
I did add you in, me, hi. Let me just make sure. Your name's dipped down, you're not getting in. You got everybody in who was in last week. Where are we? Can't find it for some reason.
Oh,
What are we under
what a
again? It's
shit
just me high,
stick.
isn't it?
6-star engine. Fuck you.
But in terms of the standards, I'll tell you what, going into the penultimate round, it's unbelievably close throughout the grid. From Eddie Catflap in 4th, down to Lucas in 8th. There's only 11 points. Bear in mind, Lucas didn't race in the first round as well. Copey and Will Cope, they're very close down there as well. They're both the same. So there's depending on how well people do, there's easy chance within this race for people to gain 3 or 4 places in the league up and down. And also statistically, if somehow Grenstar has a serious connection problem this week and next week, as well as Capitan Jinx, Jeffrey finishes in the bottom 10. Eddie Catflap could win the league by 1 point if he wins the sprint race both weeks, both fastest laps, both races, both with fastest laps. Eddie Catflap could win the league by 1 point.
Wow. Good evening, Comrade, and good evening, Michael. Thanks for joining. Hope you're well. So, guys, would you like us to reveal your track for this week's race? Is everybody in who needs to be in? We've got Jeff, we've got Captain James, we've got me, hi, Eddie, Will, Richard, Kofi, JGT, Anchorman, and Grenster.
Yep, so Lucas is the only one missing, but obviously if he's in time for the start of qualies in, if not, he'll make it for the race anyway, so...
Right then, guys, so let's do the big reveal for this week's race.
Oh, here we go. And the race is...
Add an engine rebuild, just another one. Right then, guys.
The big reveal is...
There we go, guys. That is your track for today.
Oh, yes.
Spa. It's
No,
Spa.
I'm not going to say it's the best track on the calendar. But it's the best track on the calendar, hands down. I would imagine a lot of people assumed this was going to be the final week. In fact, actually, Lucas said he predicted that it would be the final week, knowing how much I love it. But there's a much better track for the final week.
Oh, Barry's in. Welcome in, Barry.
I've whacked my beard, so it's Spa.
Welcome in, Barry. Lovely to see you.
Wow.
But one thing I would point out, with it being the 24-hour track, the pit lane, the exit on the pit lane, you got to be very careful because it's very easy to get that 3-second penalty for crossing the line.
Nerds last night with rain. Jeff just put in the chat, nerds last at night with rain. That's what Jeff was put on.
Right. Okay.
So Barry is he in the party chat? Hasn't come up to say that he's in. Just to double check. Is that Barry? Oh, we're in. Welcome in, Barry.
But no, to spoil the surprise, finally it's going to be 10 laps of Nürburgring in the rain in reverse.
Jackhammer, do you want to give Barry a shout so I can show him how to go up our route?
So guys, Tango, it is out on the...
Oh, very good time.
Out on the track, isn't it? 20 minutes.
20 minutes practice. And as well, like I said, in the practice, 20 minutes practice, you can pause, quit out, go back to the pits, back and forth, that's not a problem. It's qualifying which once you're out on track. Can't go back into the lobby for practice, that's not a problem.
Low steam cloud spark could get spicy, says Henry.
Bet we don't beat Gazzy time round here the other like you did the other week.
We've got Will out on the track then.
He had boost on Jackhammer and he did it
We're
to
gonna
like,
go with Brent's
I don't
stuff.
know, was it 209 gas?
Thank the man in the chat there. I agree with you. Lando Norris, like, what, sugar free, which is a bit frustrating. However, rumour has it, same with the Lewis Hamilton monster, bringing that in the race actually is worth half a second a lap. So, couple classes performance and that's it.
We've got 8 on the track at the minute, we've got Sophie. Evie. Richard. Jeffrey. Right there. And Barry. So I'm going to note now, guys, for you guys to listen out if Martin has anything to say to you or ready for the racing.
What? Me have something to say.
Off I go.
Yeah, here we are ready for another week. Another noise complaint from the neighbour. Another sore throat tomorrow morning, I'm sure. But no doubt, yet another fantastic race from the RGTR. Right. So currently Bremster sitting pretty top of the league, currently on 134 points. So if he was to take maximum points this week and next week, it would put him over 200 points at the end of the season. Capitan Jinx, second with 99 points, closely followed by Jeffrey on 92. So mathematically, nothing's set in stone yet. There's still a lot of things that can change with the job. Like I said, technically, it's still possible for Capitan Jinx and Jeffrey to win the league. Technically, it's possible for Eddie Catflap to win the league, but that would require going forward off the line rather than in reverse. That was it last week.
Have I been behaving,
Stevie? Catflap last week, very basic race in the sprint, and through keeping his nose clean, actually took advantage of all of the
I'd be
chaos.
granddaughter around today because the bad influence on me.
Very good position in the sprint league, and those points actually critical because with Old Man Stu missing, it meant those points put him 3 points ahead of Old Man Stu in the league. Old Man Stu again missing the season, so it's just more opportunities for Eddie Catflap to stretch that gap. Also, New High currently 2 points behind Old Man Stu. He too was missing last week, but this week I would imagine, well I say I would imagine New High will jump over Old Man Stu. Provided he finishes both races, they'll get the points, jump over. Lucas again less than 10 points behind, so if he makes it for the race and he scores, he's going to be jumping up as well. It's going to be all over for Old Man Stu. We'll come back into it next week to try to gain those positions back. But we know that Old Man Stu is a resilient driver, a great determination, he's not going to let it go, so I'm sure next week we'll be coming back with a vengeance. Looking further through the grid, Barry making his debut last week actually earned himself 20 points, which means he's 12 out of 14 in the league so far, so he's made a very good impression. He'll be making sure that he's trying his best to get some extra points tonight. He's a very good competitor, very racy. Around that area in the league, very close again. Cody, Will Cole, and Richard, all within 10 points of each other. GHDT, 4 points behind each other. They've had a very close battle, almost a rivalry throughout the season so far.
I've got on the green.
From the start to now, he's been very competent, probably one of the most improved drivers, developed an excellent defensive driving style, which is very difficult to pass, but it also makes for excellent racing. And it means anyone behind, they start catching up, they start getting in the battle. I think it's a case of unbelievable racecraft a lot of the time in the race can make up for a lot of difference in race to the faster drivers. I think a lot of drivers very fast on the race when it comes to race pace and racecraft. It does make all the difference. And one person who stood out in terms of racecraft this season so far is Lucas. Very tricky. Shows the inside, goes around the outside, from one side to the other.
It's terrible there, give me that.
And a lot of the time, because of the pressure that he puts on, positions that Lucas gains are often mistakes from the drivers in front of him. Gave him the position just through the way that he's driving stick. Corners ahead. But again, stand out from last week. Renster, he is the man to beat. So far, I believe he has been taking pole position. 100% records of pole position so far. And I'm sure he's going to be looking to do that again. Never happened, not being in the past, just to show that last week. 30 seconds in the lead, 3 laps to go, plain sailing, and then Jeffrey takes the fastest lap, Renster picks 3 laps to go, match Verstappen style, comes out on the soft tyre, fastest lap, boom, straight in the bag, absolute clinical.
Sam Mitchell just asked me a question in YouTube, Martin. When does the next season start? Did I miss this one? It's far too busy to admit.
Well, there's going to be probably at least a 2-week hiatus between the two. I would imagine we're probably going to start them pretty soon after. We've had sort of developments in the run of the league each week, so just about everything's sorted now to be able to run full season. Sort of with very little prep, so I would imagine it will be very soon after. And on top of that as well, with having sort of 11, 12 drivers each week, it looks like there will be maybe 2 or 3 places on the grid, not reserved, on the grid available. So I would definitely say that will be pretty soon after. I've noticed Barry there talking about the accident reporting as well. What I found out is once it generates an error, each time after that you try to use it and do the same. So what I'm going to do is just repost the ticket reporting system and then it'll sort of refresh it. But if there is any problems, if you just report it to me, send any evidence that it is, I can then process the report and put it through. So it still has sort of a record.
From Rich, what I would say is if you're in Discord and obviously on the YouTube, if you just keep your eye out and then there will be being posted in and say when the next one is ready for joining and for you to be able to sign in and commit to joining the races. It would be nice if you could commit to, is it going to be another 6-week one? Don't know what Mark's got planned for us, but you can commit to the same week every week.
I would imagine so. I think 6 rounds gives it long enough to create a bit of competition, but it does mean if people are struggling to commit or have something, it means it's going to be a lot of sort of potential to change and keep mixing it up. Whereas I think if it draws out too long, like with this being the penultimate week, it makes it difficult in the final stages to bring in a reserve because with them having no potential to sort of gain anything in the league, it means there's a chance that they could affect final positions for someone who's been every single week. So I think if we're going from 8 to 10 rounds in, by the end of it, it's going to be very difficult to make any changes to the grid.
If I just put something else in there, don't double up the info on field. If you field single option, that's where the error started. And no problem, Tom Mitch. Keep your eye out, and as I say, as we come nearer to this one finishing, we've got one last race to do on this one, and then when Martin has been great, worked extremely hard doing this league, and we will get some more information on the next league. All you need to do is keep your eye out of when the posts are going to be up with information stating the days. Could well be, is it going to be a Tuesday again, Martin?
Yeah, I think Tuesday is probably the best day.
It's a good day.
Keep it consistent as well and make people know what's going on.
Can't say it seems a good day at the minute. Everybody seems to be happy enough with the Tuesday. It would be on a Tuesday.
Let's see what mediums feel like on
One
it.
thing I've tried to do is I've made some sort of spreadsheets.
I reckon
so I
7 laps on
it
top
would be
of it.
borderline automated, so if there was a week I wouldn't be able to make it. It would be quite easy for someone to sort of step in and not have to go through any of the process that I've already done. It would just mean that they'd have to drink a lot of energy drinks to be able to speak as fast as I can, to be honest.
Yes, I would get that up there in the end of the season now. I'd far too much going on to easily it. Yeah, it's nice if you can commit to the full 6 weeks. Obviously, things do happen in between, which is understandable.
Also, one thing to add as well, for people to be aware of, if it comes down to, you know, new people wanting to join or regular people who race in the lobby who want to join, then from this with the new season, with each time penalty that's given, there's penalty points lost against drivers, and so that will potentially go against drivers if they hit a certain amount of penalty points. Then it may be the case that certain drivers will get sort of priority over that. So that may be taken into consideration. So again, consistency is key across the season.
Yeah, Sean's just put in, couldn't you do GRPs on one day and a GR4 on another day? Oh, you know when you mentioned Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Well, that's one thing as well that sort of been thinking going forward in the future is try to upgrade yourself and get a bit better hardware and then have a bit more of a hands-on approach in running it. But it could be the case, and then if that was, if it had 2 leagues, it could be sort of divisional. So at the end, there could be promotions, and again, keep a lot of the drivers very competitive. But one thing as well, again, it's all just speculation. But one thing, another one is potentially having sort of teams within it. As well. So matching, say, the fastest driver, the top league winner, with the bottom position, so it would almost be a constructors championship running alongside, and then it would mean that would even it out. So someone who might be mid or lower table could then still have a potential of earning enough points.
I wonder if last night's discussion got back to Mr. 3598 yet.
Within the same league.
Sounds very interesting.
But again, it's all speculation. All feedback, suggestions, all welcome. Like they're your suggestions and advice on the incident reporting. It's all appreciated, because at the end of the league we want everyone to be satisfied with the rules and happy about it, rather than just being told this is how it is, get on with it.
Yeah. It's always nice to be happy everything's doing it and coming back again then.
Not made of our job.
That is basically what you find
Like
with the running of the league. It's basically there's two opinions on every issue when it comes to the league.
Well, probably
my
it has.
opinion and the wrong opinion.
Not being sick,
Everyone's different.
Pointing out.
No, right when I'm not P6.
I'll make it 18 minutes now, if I'm not mistaken. No, it says on the bottom corner actually, I think that's it. 18 minutes. Yeah, I'm going by my computer screen.
One sort of update, one alteration for this week again with the settings is during qualifying towards the race there's going to be a lot less fuel in the tank. So
How many
it's
got
enough to
signed
get
up
you
for
through
Sunday
qualifying,
guys?
but it means faster lap times, more competitive, a little bit less tyre wear. Because obviously you find towards the end of the race, like for instance setting the lap time we did last week was a lot faster than the qualifying time. Qualifying was both times. So this week, minimal fuel in qualifying, like the cars can be, so it should be even more competitive. even faster lap times, even more exciting for anyone who's on stream watching.
Come on, Nicholas.
But again, going back to the suggestion of reason group cars, there was another idea of having a choice of different cars, choosing a car for yourself at the start of the season and then sticking with that, so it would be a variation of cars that you have to stick with, and then that would prevent people choosing sort of meta cars for each track or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're across the board. And so
We
yeah,
had an 86
But they're not gonna have to be.
with the exception
Yeah.
of Friendster, who will be in an original mini.
On comfy tyres.
Yeah, I will let him have the engine swap though, but no setting changes. Yeah, there's oh, well, we might allow Friendster an engine swap in the mini. But you'll have to have a lot of ballast to it as well. But yeah, there's a lot of scope for potential in the future, and with the community getting bigger and bigger.
All the other slots straight from the
Looking at
vehicle.
the amount of subscribers with the mass as well now, it seems like just last week we were announcing 700.
A few weeks ago. Right, yeah, it seems long ago.
787, so 13 subs away from 800, so
Wow, that got up even more than already. Amazing.
but again, if there is anyone interested in sort of joining, then we can have a race with the course potential as well for the next season to have sort of tryout lobbies where you can come in, find out who to drive, sort of out, see what times there are, and potentially
weeks ago, right?
potentially have a bit of a competition to get into the league rather than
Back
sort of joining blind.
3 weeks since we did 700.
But by the looks of it, within another week we'll be at 8.
Exactly, so we are into the last minute now.
Last minute of practice laps.
And we'll swap the money for Fenster to do max weight reduction. You won't be able to put the power down without traction control fall laugh out loud, so Scooby.
Force pop 50 will go.
I'm making it nearly for 20 minutes.
Yep, almost there.
Yeah, that's
right at the end, last minute of practice again, decides, haven't got practice that.
Very difficult. Can you pause the cockpit view?
That!
No, you can't unfortunately, but have him record his gameplay and check it out after.
I found it, Pat. Country tour of these years.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tried some cockpit views, to be honest.
So, is that everybody
Well,
into the
it's
pits
WT
now?
No, but with it being the 20 minutes into it being practice, it's...
Sound like it probably extended. Mike Reed.
Oh, Jeffrey going less than a 10. Jeffrey going faster than Spencer right at the end there. At the end of practice, then qualifying starting. Spencer not at the top of the time board.
Right then, guys, can we have nice, clean spaces? No racing, no need to race when it's quali. Clean spaces, play fair, be nice. And let's get the quali on the way.
And one thing I'd say as well, I'd say it's on the drive and behind to leave enough space so if someone don't push it up, if they've got hazards on, and you're behind and you catch up with them, then unfortunately it's you who has to back out the lap. You can't expect someone who's in front setting the lap to have to go over and allow you to. So if you're driving behind, make sure you leave enough space. And as well on top of that,
I'm
you're
really
in slipstream and you come up in the corner, you're going to be getting dirty air, so it's going to be affecting your lap as well.
I'd like cockpit view, but I know not in VR. Barry. Right then, guys, some nice clean spaces.
Are you a VR driver, Barry?
You said I've got VR. Are you doing league in VR, Barry?
Well, if he is, it's oh, I was going to say, if he is, it's got a good job. I'm chatting rubbish over the top because you have just about no interface over the top.
Right, very nice. Right, guys, nice clean spaces. Let's get the quali on the way. Good luck, everyone. Now I am going into mute because Martin will be talking. See you at the end of the quali.
Got to concentrate. Got to be all professional and not get a penalty on the way out the pit.
Because of the length of the lap, it means really you only get 2 chances possibly to put in a lap. Very little time for anything else. A bit of a one-shot. So if it is the case that you get a 3-second penalty, that's one thing I was saying, very careful on the exit of the pit lane. It's not something where you leave 2 wheels on the track and 2 wheels over, cross that white line, that 3-second penalty is a killer. Yeah, on your out lap, it's not too bad, certainly on your out lap, it's not going to affect the lap. But I can see already a lot of 3-second penalties. So that's one thing that people obviously making that mistake in the sprint. The other thing sorted out no problem for the main race, but it is very difficult. And especially obviously not knowing what the weather's going to be like come the race. If it's wet coming out of it, it's an absolute nightmare, especially when you're on fresh tyres, especially when you're coming up to it can be absolutely dropped. So I would imagine we will see quite a few of the penalties going on so far throughout the night. So we've got Kobe currently leading back, his 3-second penalty is about to be served. Just the drivers to get up, Kobe slowing that down for a couple of times. He had a lot of space ahead, so he's going to be setting the fastest lap for us. He's going to be seeing what the track's like, the track's going to be ramping up throughout. Again, drivers starting qualifying with 33 litres of fuel, so a third the tank for qualifying. Yeah, look, Kobe crossing the line now to start his lap. Jeffrey quite close behind. HGT quite close behind there again. Lots of space, he's coming around the source now, so he'll get the power down, heading down towards the most famous corner complexes in the world, also one of the most dangerous. Cited the very unfortunate passing of Anton River a few years ago, doing it from INF2. With it being blind, spun out Hawkins, flying over the top, straight on the side. Good friends with Charles Pleb, who went on to win his first race that weekend. Bit of a damper on these celebrations for the man. So we're going to be looking at a lot of the time. Eau Rouge is a flat out corner. There is a lot of braking going in. Absolutely treacherous to go side by side, it has been known. Eddie Catflap, plenty space. Eddie Catflap himself actually streaming on YouTube, just amassed just over 50 subscribers, so he is looking, so if anyone's interested in that, Eddie Catflap-racing on YouTube, follow him. I know also Richard 1072, he'll also be streaming tonight. He's starting to amass a bit of an audience, so I'm sure if you want to pop over, give him some support as well. Appreciate it.
Oh, that's nice. You don't tell people to be subscribed to me.
Yeah, every post behind focus, you get the slipstream. And yeah, it looks like he's giving him a little bit of a bump from behind this. He's going to be giving him a boost. He's going to be out from focus time as well as his own. Just backing out there, look towards the inside.
They done Gary not done enough quality time.
Yeah, we've got 20 seconds left, so anyone who crosses the line within the next 20 seconds is going to get a chance to put the next thing in. So I would imagine Jeffrey's going to be the one to take position going through that source. There, and it looks like Barrier puts at the fastest lap, like 2:18.3, a very competitive time. Going in there again, like I said, with the lighter car, with the left wheel, we are going to see good lap times there. Capitan Jinx in second, Richard 1072, he's second, 2:21, Grandstand, he's currently on his lap. He hasn't set a lap yet, so waiting right at the end, make sure he's got lots of space. He's going to do, he's been lighting up the time towards. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to get. He'll be hoping for a sub 2:18. Believable lap if he gets it. Barrier currently almost a second faster than anyone else on the grid now. Capitan Jinx is on a lap. Behind third place. So his on Grenster's gone second. Grenster's got a 2:18.5, so it looks like Barrier providing nobody else who's currently on fastest lap gets that faster time. Jeffrey is on a time, he's going fast round here now. As is Capitan Jinx, both getting it there, but Barrier 2:18.3, totally on provisional pole. Grenster hasn't finished his lap in second. It looks like this is going to be very interesting start. First time Grenster's not sitting on pole position. Maybe he'll be thinking he should have got out a little bit earlier to get that second lap. Very, very clinical, very, very strategic driver, so I'm sure that's exactly the plan, and you understand now with the line going in for the first corner, with it being a 24-hour track, it's going in through all rooms, right behind Barry. He's going to be getting a strong slipstream down the tunnel straight towards the first chicane. Now Capitan Jinx coming around the final chicane now. Excellent, he gets the power down, minimal wheel spin. What time is he going to get crossing the line? Capitan Jinx goes on pole position, nearly 2 tenths faster than Barrier. That puts Grenster down to the second row, and what an unbelievable lap that is from Capitan Jinx. Just as we thought Barrier was going to be the man on pole position, but he also is coming round the final chicane now. He's on a fast lap, and that time is looking good, but he's fielded the pits. He knows that is not attainable. What a lap that is from Capitan Jinx. And that does conclude sprint qualifying.
Hello, Rachel.
Everyone's done it, and it is Capitan Jinx on pole position, Barrier second, Grenster and Mihai third and fourth. That's the second row for Grenster, so he is going to be sitting in behind at the beginning of this race. He will be getting a slipstream, but he's got 2 very fast drivers ahead of him, and they are some excellent times there. Mihai as well, 4th place. We've seen Mihai this season so far in Austria, starting right at the back of the grid, and within 5 laps,
not bad,
he was right with the lead back, so we know that he has overtaken capabilities, but as well, right behind there, Eddie Catflap and Jeffrey with some fantastic,
not as fast as Gary
very
boosted
fast driver,
time.
so he's going to be
I'm
pushing
sure
it,
I am.
and if he is up there with Eddie Catflap, I'm sure Eddie Catflap's going to be taking advantages of the opportunities Jeffrey makes. What a beginning, what a start to the sprint. Capitan Jinx, all position.
Well done, everyone. Some nice clean racing there. Well, qualifying. So we are going straight over Do your sprint race. Is everybody ready to go? Martin, are you ready?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Okay.
Right then, guys. Good luck, everyone. Nice, clean racing, guys.
Yeah.
Don't forget, clean racing. And we'll see you at the finish line. My camera's now going off because we're going into race mode. And I'll see you on the finish line.
Here we go. Well, chaps, I might not be such a, such a gobshite tonight. I've got a prep,
Don't forget, guys, go and show Eddie and RG Racing, Richard 1072 some support. They're both streaming. Share your love and support. Drop them a like, drop them a sub.
Lights out and the race is on. Barrio get an excellent start. They were immediately looking to take position. He's catching it on Capitan James. They are going to go side by side through a rouge. Capitan James thinks better when they're using that slipstream, following through as well as we high. And there's a little bump there for Jeffrey on Capitan, pushes him a little bit wide. What a start that is. Not getting off the line the best.
Lost the place, but it's nothing serious.
Job by the drivers around him. And look at it now, 3 abreast going into the first one, the end of the demonstrate. Mihai hanging out round the outside, he left space, that's a wonderful drive of Brenster. And Barrios the
one. Come on, Jeffrey, get back on, Jeffrey, get back on, Jeffrey!
Barrio, Brenster, 1 and 2, both sit on the soft tyres.
Nothing serious.
For the medium, so he's got a little bit more longevity in those tyres. Capitan James behind on the medium as well.
We've got 8 laps, loads of time. Come on!
5th position now, so James up 6th. James does have a half a second penalty there. She will have to serve that. That's a good start, not too far behind. And then 6 tenths behind, we've got Richard 1072. Jeffrey's slipped back a little bit now. Jeffrey half a second behind Richard 1072 in 9th place, and he's currently has got Eddie Catflap going down the inside, getting up in 9th place again. Eddie Catflap really making waves. Lost a few places at the start there, but again, resilient driver, grit and determination. He will be looking to get back into it here. Look back at the start of the beat. I went a little bit wide there. Now as they come through junction 1, to take the inside line, which has allowed Capitan James to space, knowing that battle wasn't worth fighting just yet. Barrier out in the lead, followed by Grenster. And our pole sitter for the sprint now in 3rd place. A little bit of space behind him, wiggling around, trying to get those tyres a bit too high, warming them up. He knows now, going around this corner, cool the sauce down into the rouge. He's going to have that chance to get the slipstream again, but he's losing it a little bit, he's wobbling around, and he's lost it back in. That does give Mihai a chance to get in that slipstream. And Will Cook right in 5th position now. Excellent race from last week from Will Cook. Very, very good driving. Was unlucky not to get drive of the day, but I think potentially what Brent did at the end did just snatch that from him. Now James GT getting past Richard 1072. And as I said, throughout the season, rivals here are a real battle. Two great competitors, very well matched, and I'm sure they're going to be looking. Oh, and Richard's had a little bit of a wobble in the dirt here at James GT there. He has gone up, but he's got Rick. Then Jeffrey going on the outside, needs to make sure to leave that space.
Jeffrey's on the grass.
Bouncing in the middle. It's 3 abreast.
Going to be murdered.
And Richard has picked up that penalty for putting the corner there. Jeffrey just easing back a little bit. He has gone in. Big tyres going forward there. That's one. We'll have to have a look at that one after and see what reports are there. Not a lot of space left, but when you're going through all these 2 abreast and then you've got another driver coming around the outside, very, very difficult to keep that spatial awareness. Again, Eddie Catflap, seeing the sun fall around him, he's going to be looking forward. Does have James GT behind. We have Jeffrey behind her, so he is going to be looking to defend that position. Richard 1072, half second penalty coming up, so Eddie Catflap again, but he's been very close, not going to be doing anything back just yet. However, with it being a sprint race, no pit stops, so it is a limited amount of time to gain position.
Come on,
So you'll see a lot of fighters in the drivers. And speaking of which, we've got Grindster right up on the tail barrier now. As we approach, launching on from the straight to the left-hand side.
Nicky slipstream.
Captain Jinx, 3 seconds behind Grindster. 1 second ahead of World Cup. We're looking at 4th place now. World Cup doing very well in the sprint again. Excellent start from Lynch. And Mihai just behind in 5th place, where again we know Mihai has the ability to put in the field. So we're going to see what it's like in this one. Very clean, very aggressive driver in terms of his attacking. Very clean, but very, like I said, hard racing, best racing. You do tend to find in cars such as these.
Got to clean it out.
It's not always an issue. It's not like open wheel racing where there are serious accidents. But going so let's get your elbows out. All part of the game. As Eddie Catflap himself knows all too well against one competitor holds his line. He's got himself another space as he's done that before.
Look, Marley, I'm on top of the world!
Barrier out the front. Barrier just set the fastest sector again. So he has the fastest lap at the moment. Also has the fastest sector. So he is pushing it. Doing very well in the media. Grindster sticking with him both on the soft tyres. Both taking advantage of them. Captain Jinx on the medium. Now dropping back. 3.5 seconds behind Grindster. Mihai has got past World Cup there. So Mihai will be closing on Captain Jinx, both on the medium tyre, World Cup on the soft, so providing they don't break too much, we will find that he will be closing, trying to take advantage of that. However, what's going to happen now is, I'm just going to have to waffle on a little bit, because my game's crashed. All down to one anyway, down to the goals. Fastest lap, he's got a point as well. You don't have to be in the points to get that, so someone who isn't in the point scoring positions gets the fastest lap, he will still get that extra point. Obviously this week, his man's team not going to be here. He's not going to be scoring, so he's going to be finishing this weekend. 162 points. He's got Mihai. He's got the opportunity to go just to step over his man's team. Last I seen was when it's 8, that'll be an extra point, so 66. Yeah, 66 points. She's going to be one of the watching the screen. To be honest with Eddie, once you know that he's feeling, have a chat, you know, really, doesn't matter whether he's winning or losing, the person that you're watching, he's a right back here,
Come on.
favourite track that he's missing, unfortunately.
And I'll make Kobe have a couple.
I've always found this straight in fantastic track. When it comes to exciting things with that type of thing, the same way as the chickens there of Catalonia, almost all the end of it, those so tight in, no straight out there. Oh, Steve, does that mean this is happening? This isn't Discord anymore. That's Discord.
No sticking up for you, Martin.
However, so leads backwards, so looking at it, not a lot of change, but Prince has taken the lead. I'm still very close behind him now. Every Catflap that said he's sitting in the points is getting very close to taking the lead.
You dumped in the bin.
It's not a problem. I've told you when consider the bin with the microphone in at the moment, that you can't hear the helicopter noise. That is my first station, so improve the acoustics.
Get the fuck out of here.
Now, lively, back on, fantastic. This is still better than the TV control on the F1 channel, that's alright. Still best start to the lead. Very up close behind Catflap-racing. While my president decides to sort itself out of capture, live and don't not available. We do have Brentster in the lead, followed by Barrio, Catflap-racing in high now. We're a little bit of a gap ahead of Will Focus. Tires are starting to break, so you're going to drop off into the bed. Is closing the gap and Catflap-racing both on the medium tyre. Again, Barrier and Brentster on the soft tyre.
See if I can get his brother.
Right behind him, right on the bumper, which at 10.72 about to serve the penalty. RGT right behind him. RGT will be not going to take the position yet, but it is very close. He is still defend this corner. It is very difficult for Pleb. And again, what a surprise that these two at this point in the race battling with each other.
Oh, tight good Canada.
Brentster making a little bit more of a challenge for a second and a half on Barrio.
Two to go.
There these drivers making a large gap over the rest of the field now. Catflap-racing just going to do what he has still goes on that gap, slowly but surely. Less than a second and a half now. Eddie Catflap within 1 second of Will Cook. He's going to be pushing out the finish in the back. He's really trying to use the slipstream, coming up through orange, black out. Will be within a second of Will Cook. Should pick up a little bit of a slipstream, should drag him along at a think. Just less than a second now. Jeffrey behind him, similar distance away. He does have half a second penalty. And Kobe closing in fast behind. Just about to say the battle watch here is definitely between Richard 1072 and JGT. Richard 1072 with those one shot there, just losing it, coming up towards leg bones, just goes off. Now that's the JGT champion 7 seconds ahead, between 7 seconds of Kobe. A lot of space now for JGT after those soft tires as the start of the break. Jeffrey here has that back a second penalty. Eddie Catflap right on the front of Will Cook now. Both on the soft tyres. Will Cook looking at his tyres, maybe a little bit more worn. Eddie Catflap just by these time moves. He's got a lot of opportunities to pass on the straights with the slipstream here. Will Cook just jumping over the curve there. Eddie Catflap with those slightly low tyres. Just having to lift a little bit. Going through Stanley there. Starting final lap, Cody has the fastest lap time, 2:18.6. And Barry are now also with 10 seconds left ahead of the lap time lead.
Okay.
Eddie Catflap really close the gap on Will Cook 1-on-1 now. Going down, also flying through there, through that nose, right in the slipstream, from the penalty straight. A-Pass Jeffrey right behind him in the same position. Jeffrey will the medium tyre, so he'll have a lot more life in him. Going into this final lap, he will have the tyre advantage. And I'm sure Eddie Catflap and Will Cook will be aware of that. Eddie Catflap now having to analyse his mirrors and looking ahead. Is he going to defend? If he makes a move ahead and makes a mistake, he'll lose the position. Will Cook knows if he makes a mistake, Eddie Catflap comes through, there is a full chance Jeffrey following, and Eddie Catflap going around the outside, just gets straight out there, and again, like I said, Jeffrey taking advantage of that. He's now up in the 6th position. He's going around the outside, trying to go around the outside, push out, as they come down the corner, towards the lane. Eddie Catflap now watching the battle ahead. He's going to be waiting for mistakes, he's going to be able to pick up the pieces.
No, there's going to be some naughtiness.
Arsenal adjusting for position now. Little bit of contact by Will Cook and the inside line. Jeffrey trying to go around the outside, just comes back and gives Eddie Catflap the opportunity to squeeze it, and he's just behind now. And this is really hitting up towards the middle of the final lap. And Eddie Catflap looking down the inside of Jeffrey. He's going to try and move around the outside, but he loses his tyre. He do not quite have the life in him for that just yet. Trying to get a better run out before right distance you Will Cook here. A bit of a sitting duck Will Cook. Jeffrey will come down the inside here. What about this? Side by side, through Blanchimont. Eddie Catflap just behind open. One of them makes a mistake. They will be battling going into the final chicane. Eddie Catflap flicking his lips. Pick up the piece.
That's a penalty. Got me a penalty.
And he's potentially going to pick up the penalty there. Ball going wide. But we'll wait to see if that does the series that he has. He has a half of a second penalty. So Eddie Catflap just needs to stay close behind. And he is going to take that position. And what an into the race it is for those three drivers. We're looking at the front.
P6.
Wasn't on the front row. But yet again, Grenster coming through to take the win in the sprint race with the fastest lap. So that is 9 points for Grenster.
Oxy, how you doing?
On the podium, but will be disappointed with that given the start. followed by Mihai just in behind this, 7/10. So every good
last
effort,
eight.
looking back through the grid, looking at JGT, he's just picked in the rivalry with Richard 1072. Had it not been for that split spin, had it not been for that off, that would have been a very close finish to watch, and that is one to watch out for in the race ahead going forward. And again,
Thank you very much,
just ahead of
gentlemen.
the wheel coach, great battle up there.
I had to hang back to let
What a
Jeffrey
start.
back on.
Clean driving,
Lost me
clean
some
racing, excellent start. I can't wait for the main race already.
Amazing racing this week, guys. Nice and clean. Absolutely brilliant. GG's to you all. GG's to you all. Mike, stop putting things in the chat.
Cankerman's moaning
So
as
is it
usual.
5-minute break? Martin? I want to mention to Martin to check the results. Fastest lap was much closer battle when it was playing to himself.
Yeah, so
Wow, very close.
Have a what were, so look it through.
Yeah, it got a bit rough, didn't it, in places, Jack?
Yeah, very close. Again, Will Cope unlucky picking up that penalty, going wide, did lose him the position. So Eddie Catflap again, just bumping up there. So what we'll do, 56, a little tiny bit of a longer break. We'll change the lobby and start the qualifying. It'll be at 8:05, and then what I'm going to do is that gives me a chance just to quickly update my spreadsheet, and we'll see where the standings are, where people are currently sitting in the league, and what the potential is. So back here, ready to go by 5:05.
Nah, I'm not going to complain, Gaz.
You've got like 9 minutes, guys.
And then that's when the
game,
lobby
innit?
settings will update. That's when you'll
I
see
didn't kill anybody, nobody
what you're
killed me,
competing
but
in, what the conditions are. And there's a smile on my face.
Have a finger with this. You're welcome to Arthur lap. The game lost me.
So,
But
did you all
great race,
enjoy
guys.
it?
See you back at 5:00.
Watching me behave. Not used to it. I struggle. I mean, there was a couple of times there where I thought, Pitton, but no. Reliable, respectable, integrity. You're around your mid-90s. That's not bad for you, Stevie. It means like it's a cup of Ovaltine and a bit of nice soft rich tea biscuit and then to bed, is it soon? Read a book on knitting bobble hats and crocheting. Oh. Well, I suppose we'd better go. There's a lot of blocking going on, wasn't there? We shall discuss that in private in Discord later. I've got enough people after me at the moment. I'm about as popular as an Iranian diplomat at the minute, aren't I? No, I'm nicer than Key. I am nicer than Key.
Y'all can have that half lap.
Oh. But I bet our conversation got got spread around last night. I was expecting a message off Marley this morning. Vitamin Stevie, have you signed up for the race on Sunday? You've caused all this. You. Gary's had a 2-day stiffy planning this. Right. I'm going to go for a quick piss before we start qualifying. Nothing serious. Won't go outside, it's raining. Weather forecast in Grimsby, pissing down. The dog will not go outside. I'm ready. Oh, I need a chair like Racer Page on Ace chair. Like this one I need. I need it intravenous, like, you know, up here on things. You picking up my little ass?
Are we ready to go, guys? We are on. I'm a minute late. Very naughty. Very naughty. Dragon Rider. Hi, Dragon Rider. Hope you're well. Hope you're well.
No, I've got a
Thank
little
you for
laugh. I got a
joining.
big chest.
So let's get. Is Martin back? How many laps of the main race on? Right. No, it's laps. Just waiting for Martin, guys. Hi, Dragon Rider. Welcome in. Hi, Stiggy. Welcome in. Thanks for joining, guys. Not already done so, please do hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, I just didn't realise that PlayStation had switched to a different microphone that didn't work, so I've been chatting away for about 5 minutes, to be honest.
Talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to change the lobby then, guys. Let's get the race up and ready to go.
Yeah, so once the lobby's changed, qualify will be starting straight away, so there'll be no driving out on track, no practice. We'll be straight in, 10 minutes qualifying, followed by 32 laps.
32 laps of Spa.
So again, guys, nine nice clean spaces.
We've got a YMCA there.
One ad, haven't I? I've gone back on the.
Someone jumped off the roof of it the other week. Give themselves life-altering injuries.
That's not good, guys. Wait a minute.
He did a YMC splat.
Oh, poor Stu's pull butted. Maybe next league, Stu. Maybe the next league.
When you see the settings, you might not be so gutted.
Alright, 69 litres.
Hey, little man shoes. Is the rain on?
Oh, the bastard. He put rain on.
So just wait for you to tick in, guys. When you've all ticked in, you will get the qualifiers started.
And again, remember, no quitting out, back to the lobby. Give everyone enough space. Give yourself extra space.
I've got to go all the way around and put fucking wet tyres on.
It would be any Catflap to drive out on track, wouldn't it?
Eddie, get back in that bit.
I'm gonna.
Right, so I think everybody is ticked in then.
Yeah, good opportunity for everyone to be...
Cankerman, yeah. Right, guys. Eddie, back in the pitch, you naughty boy. Be over the moon, probably, Martin, says Old Man Stew. Right, guys, I'm going muted on the chat. Remind everyone to buy their wet tyres now. Glenster, shh. Right, leaving us space.
After the Red Bull Ring, if you haven't got wet tyres, I mean, you deserve to not have them, to be honest.
Thank you very much,
Headman just
Chelsea.
put carnage. Oh yes, right guys. Clean spaces. Let's go.
Oh, yes.
Telling me off going out the pits.
What a race this is going to be.
I have to get.
Well, this isn't a race. This is just a quali. 10-minute qualifying.
Certainly is.
This is going to be brutal.
Looking at the weather forecast, looking across the radar, does look like the clouds are going to be coming and going, so there will be patches of cloudless. It looks like there might be some heavy rain on there, but it's not looking too bleak. But I know these conditions are the favourite of a lot of drivers on this grid.
What a pit lane to exit.
Oh yes, at least, again, like I said, in the 10-minute qualifying, obviously you get that 3-second penalty. You will serve it on your out lap, but you do have time to get another one again. Plenty of space in the car in front. The last thing you want to be doing at the plane is straight into the back of someone. Get yourself an extra penalty, picking up damage as well. Gonna be a nightmare, but again, I know a lot of drivers really enjoy this kind of weather. A lot of drivers thrive in this. I know one driver in particular loves the wet. It's like Max Verstappen, Richard 1072, always loves the rain. Really confident in the wet, so if you do want to just pop over to his stream, have a look at his reaction. I'm sure there's going to be a big smile on his face.
Sure, you'll have a big a nice race with it. Watching wet quality,
yes.
that evil, laugh out loud to Scooby. No, not torrential rain, Stu. Martin's not been that bad this week.
Oh yeah, just probably the rain. They'll come and go. Another thing to look out for. One thing to see, spectacular show in Austria, coming out the pit lane. Eddie Catflap and Richard 1072, synchronised swimming, synchronised spins. Not the best for race position, but a wonderful spectacle for the audience to see.
I think slammed by the commentator again.
So a couple of drivers just serving.
I'm going to go to Liverpool, Newcastle, do one on his door.
So Eddie as well, guys, is also streaming for Eddie and RGTR, which is Richard 1072. Go and check them out. Right, I'm going to be quiet now. Martin, I'll leave you to it.
So it looks like the rain is just on the ease slightly, with the cars not being out for long. Not any kind of dry line really, but starting to form on a lot of standing water. And one thing as well, often gets overlooked because of camera angles in the rain. The amount of spray that comes up from the cars makes it very difficult if you have a car with you to change your brake zones to make sure you can see. And again, through that spray, very difficult to see brake lights. Jeffrey, who's going to be the first to set a lap, does have a half a second penalty.
No, not good. But better than me,
Half a second penalty there as well.
It's alright. Nothing serious.
And behind looks like he's somehow got away with the pit lane penalty there. Unbelievable. Oh, actually looking at it, seeing the replay just across on that screen, wasn't actually pit lane penalty. One meant to be over there. Again, like I said, don't throw rules in the wet. Absolutely lethal over your head there. 3-second penalty. Now the rain looks like it's getting heavier again. In do it. When the race begins, everyone is going to be the same. Everyone's going to brighten up. Easily going to be heavy weather coming in.
Oh, canker man. Crystal ball to get where he's going sometimes.
Just round the final corner, getting the power out, gently, making sure not to get the wheels in there. 238.7. Next across the line, 241. Getting 8 seconds. Behind that, Wilco puts himself up in third, 244. And Eddie Catflap goes up into second, with a 239 only second behind Capitan Chase. Excellent lap there for Eddie Catflap. He's on the full wets. Capitan Chase ahead of him on the medium, on the intermediate tyre. Richard 1072 goes up third, 140.9, an excellent time there. It's here to watch out for Richard 1072 in the rain. He does absolutely love it. Now look at that, because of the sprint, Lehigh resetting the time of 307. He will be going again. There is still 4 minutes left in qualifying. Providing you start a lap within 10 minutes, you are able to finish it. There is a configuration, more than enough time to finish a lap.
Richard isn't happy, says Sean.
Oh, really?
Wonder why?
Oh, you know, he looked, I only did it for him.
He seems to be doing well enough.
He is, he's still sitting up there. Third place for him currently ahead of RGTR. Again, you wouldn't be surprised to see that they are both on the second row. Richard 1072's up there. RGTR's got to be up there. Seems to be matching each other in every way so far this season. Excellent battle.
Stevie. Conditions moist.
Catflap now. Just set past this middle sector there. So Eddie Catflap using those full
Well, Oxy will back me up.
Capitan Chase on the intermediate.
Rubbers excel in moist conditions.
And this time looks excellent. It looks like a 2:32 for Capitan Chase. So with the track starting to wear in, with a lot of that water being thrown up off the track by the cars, time will be getting faster. RGT jumps up, but then is immediately hit. And Wilco goes up to second place with a 2:33. And what can Eddie Catflap do? Eddie Catflap is on the second row. Richard 1072. Absolute demon in the rain. He takes that place on the second row with the 2:34. It's Capitan Chase up at the top at the moment with a 2:32.3. Oh, it's Colby. Colby goes to the top now with a 2:32.6. He's the 10th, and Mihai pips in again, and the times are coming down and they're coming in, and this is unbelievable. Mihai, 2 seconds 29, 2:29, puts himself up at the top, 3/10 clear of Colby. What a lap that is to put in. Barrier now. Just going to be starting his first flying lap. See what he can do, waiting for the track. Keeping on the wet there to start, keeping his tyres a bit cooler, making sure he's not going to burn them out. We've got Grenster, he's on his out lap. He's going to be setting his first flying lap now coming in.
I'm watching F1 qualifying. Anchorman, no more chatting, no more talking in the chat, please.
Going to be next to settle that, and that is the 10 minutes up, so we won't get another one. So we'll see what this is. It is looking good. This is looking fast. This is going to be taking the provisional pole position for now, and that is a 2:26.6. So the track is really speeding up now. What a lap time that is. Puts himself up. Jeffrey's going to be next to cross the line. He's not going to beat that time. He's currently down on that. Capitan change still setting it up there. GT just about to come across the line as well. And it's 5th place. Will go up the 4th. This is an excellent end here now. So Eddie Catflap crosses the line. And Eddie Catflap up to 6th. And Richard 1072 up to 3rd place. Richard 1072 on the 2nd row of the grid so far.
Oh, what a surprise! 6th!
Hope he doesn't cross the line. Hope he stays in 7th place. And Mihai takes pole position by a 10th. Mihai, 2 minutes 26.5. He's only 1/10 ahead of Capitan James. What a lap that is. But now we're just waiting for Barrier to set his first flying lap. His only time coming in.
Hello, old man
See
Stu.
what this is, because
How you
he
doing,
has
mate?
been pushing it. Doesn't look like that's going to be beating Mihai's time, but what is it going to be? It puts up 3rd place, puts up 3rd with a 2:28. That means Richard 1072 still on the 2nd row.
7th.
Last and the only one yet to settle that. Coming to the final chicane, it is Grenster. His time is looking good. He's those intermediate brilliantly, and as he comes down the final corner, this is looking fast. What is it going to be? And
I don't know.
Pole position, would you believe it? 2 minutes,
No, I'm
23.5, nearly 3 seconds clear of the rest of the grid. He made sure he was the last one. He had the driest track. He was pushing it. What a qualifying session that was. Richard 1072, absolute standout of the qualifying there. Said he wasn't happy with the conditions. But if you look back, one of the best wet drivers of all time, Ayrton Senna, when asked, "You must love the rain," he said, "No, I absolutely hate it," and that's why he was one of the best at it, because he had to be dialed in. And Richard 1072 has just done that, put himself up into 5th place, so he will be starting 5 places ahead of James GT, and that is massive. So in their battle on the lead, he has the advantage there. He does have Jeffrey, Will Cope and Eddie Catflap behind him. Very quick drivers, very competent, so he's going to be doing his best to stay out there. I'm expecting big things from Richard 1072, but Grenster, pole position, and this sets up for a fantastic race. And looking at the weather, again, patchy clouds. It doesn't look like there's going to be any chance of the track drying up throughout these 32 laps, so pit strategy is going to be exciting, and I'd imagine there'll be plenty different strategies across the board.
32 laps.
Are we all ready to go?
Shit, you made me jump back.
And we have, it looks like Big's joined the lobby, just FYI.
We have a stranger.
Big actually just popped in. There was a part of the test, did very well in the RGTR League test, but didn't sign up for the league itself, which was a bit of a surprise, but nice to see him popping in to say hello anyway.
Do apologise, Big KM, if you are in on YouTube, you normally pop over. It is league racing only, I put it on the title. Please come back later. So now, guys, are we all ready to go?
Let's get it on.
I predicted P6.
Good luck, everyone. Nice clean racing. Let's go, go, go. Dragon Rider says, good luck, everybody.
Okay.
Lights out. How the race is on. It was a long haul there, but Brent's that time in that excellent. It's got a wonderful start there. Totally followed behind. Looks like Barrier coming down the inside. Looks like three abreast. Don't do a Rouge of the way. And that is insane, but it looks like they're all getting through there safely. And that is an unbelievable demonstration of driving. Got some drivers off there. Looking through the grid.
Nothing serious.
And it's Eddie Catflap going off through Rouge. But there's battles ahead.
Right.
Kobe, side by side.
Fuck these Kobe brothers.
Richard 1072, losing a couple of places, but getting some of the back there. Got Capitan Jinx ahead, Jeffrey making way. Ariot sticking tight to me behind, very close to Grenster. Good start with Grenster as well.
That was a puppy bullet start.
He'll be looking to keep the lead all the way through there. Mihai very close behind. Front three at the minute, all on the intermediate tyres. Jeffrey in front, offering to go for the full wedge. It's got Capitan Jinx just behind him, he's on the intermediate, he's 3 tenths behind. Sticking very close behind on the intermediate, we have Richard 1072. 3 tenths behind Capitan Jinx now. He's going to be looking to pick up the pieces in front of him with any opportunities that may arise. Will come behind Richard again, going to be doing the same, a very close start to this race. Always find it to be on. Richard 1072 lost it just a little bit. He's managed to hold it together and come back on the track. And who's there to pick up the pieces of that mistake? James GT. Who would have thought? And now it's James GT followed by Richard 1072. 7 and 8 will come just ahead of James GT there. But we have Jeffrey trying to stay in the slipstream of Barrier. So Capitan James right in his mirrors. Only 2 tenths behind.
Right, over here.
Defense fine on the 24-hour layout with the grid not being before the source being after. We get a much closer pack. Capitan Jinx up the inside of Jeffrey there, making waves. Mihai on the outside of Barry, looking like he's looking one of the cut back. Just having those Barry. Just parks on the 8-back. Excellent defense there. But that defense, because of the battle with Mihai, gives Grenster the opportunity to move forward. Now Grenster 2 seconds in the lead. Coming through over him. Looks like at this part of the track, the rain has to start with the subside. I would imagine on the other side of the track, it isn't the case. It is the longest track on the calendar so far this year. And it's half a second penalty for Mihai in third, Wilco in fourth, Capitan Jinx in fifth, and Jeffrey, I would imagine he would have to put the front over him, just missing on feet. They are battling, going through their home. HGT goes behind as well with the half a second penalty. I can see these half second penalties being a major feature in this race ahead. As like I thought, the other side of the track, the rain is falling. HGT sticking with this, 1 second behind the battle. He's going to be looking to pick up the pieces. Already made a couple of positions off the back of battles ahead. one of those positions was
boom.
10.72. JGT just picking up a half-second penalty. Just over a second behind. Will be looking to take advantage of
Oh my
that
God.
half-second penalty.
Quick, somebody changed the channel name to Marley Diesel.
10.72. Who would have thought he is under pressure now by Colton, who also has that half-a-second penalty. Moving through turn 30, just about to come through campus. The bunch of Avwap, Constantino effect going into Spadlow. Wilco and Catflap-racing side by side, just getting through, leaving the space very, very well. Catflap-racing taking the inside line, JGT taking that opportunity, taking the inside line, making the most of the track, squeezing on the outside. But as they serve the penalties, as Jade serves her penalty, who comes through to take the place? Richard, 10.72, now at the 5th place again, right behind Jeffrey. If he's looking to be closing in. Wenster keeping it together. Surgical precision as per usual, nearly 5 seconds ahead in the lead. Barrier under pressure now. Only half a second between him and Mihai. Half a second behind him is Jeffrey. Half a second. Just one at the 8th tenth. Richard 10.72 in 5th. Jay's GT 1 second behind. And who would have thought every position Richard 10.72 gains. Jay's GT gains behind him. Every position Jay's GT gains.
Right again.
Richard gains behind her. Unbelievable battling throughout the grid. Jeffrey will cope right in the slipstream of Catflap-racing, coming down towards All Rouge. Very closely followed by Colton. 9 seconds of trip there. Eddie Catflap did have that spin right at the start. Will be looking at it. Head down, making sure he's hitting every apex, making sure he's getting the best lap times he can. Because he knows with the battles ahead, there will be opportunities. There will be people coming up the track. And Catflap coming up now 11th place. Carefully getting himself through All Rouge, just making sure not to come off the track like many have before. It's a little bit of wheel spin and a bit of a slide from Jeffrey there. Jay's found out chance to really close up and take advantage of the half-second penalty that Jeffrey does currently have. And behind in 4th place, we're looking to pick up the pieces of anything that might fall out of that. Richard 10.72. Currently riding 4th place. Says he doesn't like the rain. I don't know why. He's absolutely excellent in the rain. Coming round, it might be a joke to say that he likes it, but he is a very good driver in the wet, as he's shown here. Excellent qualifying time. Up the 4th. Very close now, sticking behind Barrier. Jeffrey with that penalty. Probably will give that position, providing Richard 10.72 can just hold it together. Stay close to them as they come through towards campus through Stabilo. Right behind on his bumper, Jay's GT, who does have a half-a-second penalty and is very, very closely followed by Catflap-racing, who just sets the fastest sector of the race so far and through that middle sector. Gets alongside Jay's GT, and now Richard 10.72. Richard 10.72 up into 2nd place, takes advantage of that well as he comes through. Oh, and a bit of contact, Barrier just squeezing his nose in there. Just get alongside Richard 10.72, doing it very, very well to keep the car where it is. Now Catflap-racing and Jeffrey down the inside, both managed to get the car stop. Looking behind there, Wilco didn't quite manage to do the same thing, sliding through. And now coming into La Source, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars coming down the straight into La Source. What unbelievable close racing there.
Hello, look what I've just done.
And Richard 10.72 all wide there, not sure if he got one, it looked like behind. Again, I think it might be Wilco sliding in, but looking forward, Kobe just leaving some space for Richard 10.72, take a position back there. But with Richard 10.72 having to go wide there, whether it was through contact or just a mistake, believe it or not, guess who picked up on those pieces?
Fastest lap.
Now at the 5th place, only 2
Fastest
tenths ahead
lap.
of He's closing in right behind. And again, talk about that defence. Jade GT moving to the inside, defending the inside line. Half out on the apex. Wonderful defending there by Jade GT. Mihai having nowhere to go, having to just give up back out of that corner. Again, something we're going to see all race for JGT. They're absolutely fantastic defending. Now at Richard 1072, looking to take that position back on me high. Tyres all looking in a bit better condition here. Richard 1072 eases round no name, gets that position. Now he's going to be looking forward. Even if JGT's got a half a second penalty, and he's currently being pressured by me high. A very confident, attacking, overtaking driver. Right behind JGT, one of the best defensive positional drivers. This is going to be a battle. This is going to slow them both down. Richard 1072 now just almost a second ahead of Wilco. He has his own space to drive into. He's going to be closing up behind. He's going to be looking to get those positions back. And Jeffrey also with a half a second.
They're each blocking each other.
Jeffrey's just setting his best sector time so far. Eddie Catflap now, so right behind Colton. Eddie Catflap holding the fastest lap at the moment. So he's doing very, very well. He's just taking a position from Colton, looking to catch up now. So JGT right on the tail, looking to go possibly around the outside of Jeffrey. Just tucks it back in, keeps it safe. Jeffrey just behind me had excellent battle. Coming up into the source ahead for second and third. Barry and Capitan Jinx. Capitan Jinx just showing the inside there, giving Barry something to think about. I've made him stay a little bit wider. Now it's side by side. Capitan Jinx just tucks in behind Barry, coming down towards all wheels. Having a little bit of a wobble, but managed to keep it on. Doesn't pick up penalty for leaving the track there, which is good. As you see ahead, Mihai moving across into standing water, keeping those tyres cool as they do start to build second. Best sector time so far. That fastest lap. Renstein now with 2:24.9, taking that fastest lap from Eddie Catflap. Barrier. Pressuring Capitan Jinx now. Very close battle between these two. Both on intermediate tyres. Now JGT on the intermediate. Pressuring Jeffrey, who is on the full wet. So his tyres are starting to degrade now. He is trying to do his best to keep them cool. JGT able to take a much faster line. And JGT goes down the inside. The space was there. Just coming across. That is very unfortunate. And now Jake slowing down. Very unfortunate there, just come up the inside, just got a bit of understeer as it slid out, and then just coming across, made contact, run out, did slow down, did wait to return the position. However, with Jeffrey facing the wrong way, moving ahead, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Maybe a penalty come up after the review, but JGT again, wasn't sure whether her fault or not, did slow down, did wait, but decided wouldn't be worth it, might be worth taking a penalty if one instead given. Starting the way, the track is starting to dry up. Coming towards Grassos. Start opposite that barrier, very close behind Capitan Jinx. Capitan Jinx going wide and barrier does take that position. Coming down now towards Bullwood. Track starting to look like it's going to have a dry line now, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen. I'm sure the drivers will be looking at the weather radars now, talking, thinking about it, wondering, is it going to be worth it? Obviously, anyone on the wet tyres now, those tyres are really starting to fall apart. Jeffrey, for example, coming into the pit.
Penalty.
Will be taking those wet tyres off. Same as Kobe in the pit. Catflap picking up half a second penalty. 1 second behind Wilco, who also has half a second penalty. But moving further forward, it is still Barrier and Catflap-racing, the battle to watch at the moment, half a second between them. Both on the same tyre, both very similar weight, both very similar ability. I can see this battle lasting the majority of the race. It's going to be back and forth between these two. Wilco picking up half a second penalty. JGT 2.5 seconds ahead. That means Jade's going to be extending that gap to 5.5 seconds gap ahead to me high. That gap is slowly coming down. And Kobe has come out on the medium tyre as well as Jeffrey. So Kobe, and at the end of the chemistry, might have been
Come out medium tyres already.
As the rain begins to fall, they come out on medium tyres, and the rain begins to fall, and just coming out the pit, Jeffrey barely holds it together. This was late or break, 0 or 0. Very unfortunate that the rain just starts to fall there as Kobe starts out. As Kobe's coming around the shelf, the rain isn't falling at that part of the track, so that will continue to dry up, but there is a mist. Those clouds are still there. It is a little lighter on that side of the track. Very, very brief shower there, so very, very unfortunate there. Jeffrey and Kobe, the second to leave the pits on the medium tyre. The rain fell, and now looks like that has stopped the track. Has made the track a lot wetter, and at the end of that pit lane, obviously hasn't had a racing line, it isn't dry line. Forming line, so that is going to be treacherous. Catflap-racing almost losing it going through all rules, manages to hold it together, stays within a second of Barrier. Eddie Catflap now in 6th position, just under 4 seconds drift from JGT. Looking close that gap, but Wilco is also close behind, only a second behind Eddie Catflap now. Half a second penalty, picked up for Wilco, will be dropping back further, providing Eddie Catflap doesn't pick up the penalty himself going through. Here's GT now, taking it easy out, comes through that home, no penalty for that, tyres are still looking alright.
Yeah, look at this.
Clouds look to be building again, it looks to be starting to get a bit darker.
Look at me go. Back where I started. Right, that started late, isn't it?
The Barrier. If we can also the battle between these two, it's going to be really interesting to see who comes into the pits first and what tyre is that they change out with. Is the undercut going to be worth doing given the weather? Is it going to be worth staying out longer just to see if the weather changes, just to see if it improves? Oh, it's Catflap-racing just almost spins, has a wobble, and again just losing the back end. Barrier now looking like he's looking after his tyres a little bit better. He has a bit more life in his tyres.
Oh no. No, don't do that, don't do that. It's not good for
a
our...
little bit straighter. Catflap-racing looks like the Catflap-racing having to really
nothing serious.
Stay within range of Barrier at the moment. But in doing so, he is starting to bridge a gap now. But he's extending the gap to me high. Over the last 2 laps, 4 seconds has been stretched out to me high and Catflap-racing. Here's GT still just under 5 seconds from me high. Eddie Catflap dropping back a little bit now. Wilco 2 seconds behind. Here's GT 3 seconds ahead. So Jeffrey has stayed out on the medium tyre. Is 7 seconds off counterman at the back of the place. We're at 10th, Kobe in 11th. Kobe has come back out of the now on the intermediate tyre. Jeffrey goes off after the home as coming down towards Brussels. Is braving it out. Is assuming the track is going to continue to dry and is hoping for no more rain. Still on the medium tyre. But is now 2 minutes 14 adrift from the leader. Is 13 seconds out in front. He's on the intermediate tyre. They're starting the grid. It'll be interesting to see when it is the French is going to come in. So Grandstand now, closing in on Kobe. Kobe having to pit again. He put the intermediate tyres back on. So it is. So Grandstand, yeah, still a bit of a gap between the two. Coming towards Stavilo, Grandstand, I would imagine he's going to be taking lapping Kobe from the straight down the back in towards Blanchimont. Capitan Jinx now, still less than a second behind Barrios, keep it very close, extending the gap behind Mihai, 12 seconds now, with JGT closing the gap, goes the second on Mihai now, 4 seconds. Capitan Jinx, tyres are not looking good. Now, Kobe right behind Porter, so he's going to take the 10th position. Grandstand on this lap comes into the pits, so after 8 laps of intermediates, 12 seconds ahead, Grandstand's coming in, and what tyre will Grandstand be coming out on? Barrier also in the pits, and Capitan Jinx. I can imagine quite a few of the drivers are going to be coming in now. Are they going to be taking the risk of coming in and coming out on slick tyre?
We'll keep one more lap, let's see what they come out on.
JGT into the pit, Eddie Catflap stays out. Richard 1072 stays out. Confident in his ability in the wet, confident with the tyres that he's got. Thinks maybe he can get the overcut, maybe he's going to be able to stretch out that gap. So when he comes out with the
Come on, tell me what you're on, you bastard.
JGT, but we will wait and see. So Grandstand, as he leaves the pits, haven't changed tyres. And it is the mediums for Grandstand. Grandstand is coming out on the slick tyre. He's going to be looking to speed this race up, sticking to that racing line, using the most of the track when he can. Richard 1072, Eddie Catflap now in the lead due to his pit stop, staying out, having to go very carefully around because that dry line is going to be ruining his tyres, but it's going to be giving him grip. He's just come off the line, wet with the tyres, and again, Richard 1072 just coming around. Richard 1072 lapping Tankerman there. So Eddie Catflap 9 seconds in the lead. Richard 1072 right behind, both still on the intermediates.
I think it's mediums time.
Grandstand closing really quickly on Richard 1072 now. Now that he's on that dry line, on the medium tyres, he is going to be looking to set some quick times in case more rain does start to fall. Barrier also on the mediums. Mihai on the mediums. JGT having a bit of a wobble coming up the pit lane there. She's on the mediums, so you'll probably find on the straight she's probably going to veer into those puddles on the right just to keep them cool, because on that dry line those intermediates are going to start with a grip. It is going to be safer in case she comes off the dry line, but Jill will be looking to keep those tyres cool in those puddles as well as Wilco. Jeffrey now on the mediums as well. He's coming round, still on the mediums, starting to wear a little bit. He's putting in some good lap times now. Half a second penalty for Kobe, Kobe's still on the intermediates. Eddie Catflap now his intermediates. Well, I think at this stage his intermediates are now slicks, so he'll be coming into the pits. As he does, yeah, he's coming around short. Check 1072, letting Barrier through. Knows it's not worth it, knows his tyres are ruined, and Barrier on the medium tyre. So Eddie Catflap coming in now. Grandstand will take the lead of the race back. Capitan Jinx 3 seconds behind that, so Capitan Jinx really closing the gap on Grandstand after the pit stop. Given Grandstand was over 10 seconds ahead, only 3 seconds now.
Hey, Wolfie! Hello, mate! Hope you're alright.
Right, it's raining in the chat again.
loads of tread left on them tyres, what are they worried about?
Yeah.
Right, careful coming out the pit lane. Careful coming out the pit lane.
Oh, Mihai's had a spin as the darkness falls, as Mihai comes up through Orange, has the spin up straight in, so you can see damage there, losing time, Eddie Catflap. Coming out of the pits now behind, Eddie Catflap on the mediums.
Warmed up first.
1072, very careful. Up, over through this pit lane. Now on the medium tyres as well, so we see a lot of drivers going out on the slick tyres. Wilcox still on medium. Now just behind those buddies, keeping them cool.
Alright, here we go.
On the medium tyre, coming out towards the end of the 10th lap, into the final chicane. As we would expect, the fastest lap of the race, like 2:23.
Clench!
Tangents, also with a 2:23.8, half a second on that lap, now only 4 seconds behind Grenster. See, different pit strategy. A lot of the drivers now start to spread out, a lot of drivers have a lot of space, settling, some consistent lap times, calm themselves down. Now the dry line's forming, will continue to dry up throughout the night here. Check 1072. Within nearly a second and a half of Wilco ahead now. Still on the medium tyre, interesting to see what previous stage to come out on. Imagine so. Following suit.
Not quite flat out.
As James GT goes into the pit, who is it that goes past and takes that position? Richard 1072, so he now ahead of James GT. Very, very close with those two in the championship as well. Wilco staying out, still on the intermediate tyre. And I really started to extend that lead from almost a 7-second gap now.
Careful. Unlike me, that dry line, where did you think?
Very careful on the pit exit again, that will still be very wet regardless of the rest of the track. She comes out on the medium tyre. And Tankerman is stopped on the exit of the pit lane. As a result there, James GT having to go into the back, a bit of a bump. So race control now keep a very close eye on what's going on with Tankerman. Tankerman coming out on hard tyres as well, so going to be very, very, very difficult to keep the car on the track. Friends are now starting to really make traction on those leading tyres. Fastest lap again is 2:22.8, which is not too far off qualifying time. 2 minutes 20 round, and then the fastest set again. 2 minutes 20 in the drive around Spa, not a bad time 2:22 in these conditions, stick to the racing line, excellent consistency, again, surgical precision, as we've come to expect. Catflap-racing, using a bit of time now, keeping that gap between themselves and barrier, as we behind now from through all these. Eddie Catflap right behind Pool, very well also, keeping together. Oh, as I say, that has a bit of a wobble at the top of all this. Oh, great car control from on
Stevie, nappy roadie.
Richard 1072 on the medium tyres, deciding to come off the racing line and get them wet before going into last source. Not sure that was the best thing. Maybe not the greatest in the drive. Maybe really hoping that it gets wet again. They're driving light as the wet. So we'll now look at stay on that drive, stay on the racing line. A little bit of a lot of food launching not coming into the final chicane. Looking like a good lap again. Half a second penalty for World Cup. Richard 1072, we'll see that ahead. World Cup still on the intermediate tyre, so he's really starting to lose traction now as those tyres very warm. Starting to struggle. Richard 1072 closing in that gap, looking to get that position back. Canterman into the pits. Another tyre change for Canterman. Richard 1072 keeping close to the back of Wilco. Wilco has that half a second penalty to serve. As Richard 1072 sets his fastest second time. Now Canterman just exiting the pit stop on the medium tyres, so looking to pick up the pace just a little bit, I'd imagine, yeah. Richard 1072, good. Well, later into the final chicane, as Wilco feels into the pits in order to get those intermediate tyres off, giving Richard 1072 plenty of space now, as Jeffrey is 20 seconds just behind. Eddie Catflap 25 seconds behind, behind. Canterman on the one side. Heading past there. As he's just going to be starting warming the tyres up. Now 20 seconds out in the lead on the medium tyre. Catflap-racing just coming up behind Kobe.
Made a proper creamer.
I'm
not talking to you because you haven't paid me or bought memberships.
Quick laps. Wilco now going out a bit on the medium tyre to be very careful.
Or bought my merch. Stevie, sell merch. Official Eddie Catflap beard brushes.
Going around the source now.
Can be used on your hair,
20 seconds.
your beard, or your pubes with a glossy cap.
Spread out now. Eddie Catflap 5 seconds behind Lehigh, still keep it nice and consistent. As Eddie Catflap ends the lap, set his fastest time, his fastest lap there, 5:06, so 2:24.9.
Oh, come on. Cocked up a bit there. Oh, that's a lip there. But it was nothing serious.
Just on the coast, halfway point in the race, looks like that has cleared up. Again, looking forward to see in the morning, is the sun going to come out, clouds going to return, through the weather, through the darkness, the track is going to be even more dry and cold, so there is going to be space. I'm wondering on the morning, on the next day, if we're going to see a look from that on the soft tyres.
No, 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 no. No.
So any Catflap again, maintaining the time behind me high. Very similar tyre life. Both on mediums. Barrier, 6 seconds ahead of me high, so again, all going to come down to pit stop strategy. When drivers are next to what will ever happen to make any changes in the race at the moment. Everyone very spread out. Chance to get their heads together, calm down, focus on just putting in decent lap times. Setting his fastest second sector. He does have Renster coming up quickly behind, so I would imagine going into a source potentially on the final break. He's going to be having to give way to that first step.
I'm going to have to set up really game thing on previously, aren't I? Sorry I'm not talking much, I'm concentrating. Maybe it did.
RGTR really closing the gap on Jeffrey now. Less than 3 seconds behind RGTR and Jeffrey.
Next time we call you legend and appreciate you. Even though you're a bunch of degenerates who abuse me. My tiny arms.
He's being closed in on by Jeffrey. 2 seconds behind which at 10.72 is Jeffrey. And just behind JGT, going very, very, very wide. Through on. Gets the second tyre will be very wet now from going off the track into what looks like a swimming
No,
pool alongside.
don't do
There's
that.
That will go here, so he will be coming up.
They're giving me so much fudge in my boxes.
Jeffrey right on the heels of Richard 1072 now. Only a tenth in it. He's going to have to defend going into here. Both on medium tyres. Richard 1072 gone a bit more like, but he has gone wide there. He's gone wide. And that does give Jeffrey the opportunity to Richard 1072.
Yeah, you bastard.
Allow Jeffrey into the final chicane for himself. And as he comes round, he's probably going to be crossing his fingers and hoping it plays.
No, 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 don't do that. Minute and 12 behind me, so on a free pit stop. Missing sauce! If you'd have seen me start, you'd have been impressed with how I've got to declare. Checking your mob spanner on you. You'll be joining him. You've been aimed. Oh, you bugger. More rain coming forward.
Grenster finishes this race in first position, regardless of the rest of the grid, it means Grenster will be crowned first RGTR League champion tonight. So it could be all over. It's not over yet. Stranger things happen to say. However, as it stands, Grenster will be the champion. It's a long way to go yet, and the grid could change it quite dramatically.
I can see trouble ahead.
Now, James GT having been almost 10 seconds behind Richard 1072 just a few laps ago. Now only 3.5 seconds behind Richard 1072. Closing it down. Both on medium tyre. So again, closing that gap of battle is always going to be close. Now only second, 1.1, bringing it down just now, just took it down, just under a second behind James GT. We passed that gap now down to 2 seconds behind Richard 1072. So I'm sure Richard 1072 now seeing the headlights of James GT in his mirrors, he's going to be think about it even more. He'll have to concentrate even more so, because once those headlights start flashing in his mirrors, he knows JSGT is going to be pushing for the position, and with Will Cope now with 3 tenths behind JSGT, it means there's going to be a lot of opportunities here for Will Cope too. So potentially, Richard 1072 loses 1 position, that could equal 2 positions. Oh, but Will Cope just going wide through Graham, just keeping it together, but does now have 2 seconds.
Rain.
And the rain is beginning to fall. The rain is beginning to fall as Richard 1072 is closed right in on by JGT, who's looking to go around the outside. That's very risky as the rain starts to fall on medium tyres, but she's held it together. What a move that is, going around the outside, just cutting across. That is an unbelievable overtake by JGT there. Coming round through Stavilo on the outside, coming off the racing lines. And Richard 1072 did everything right in his defence, stayed there, left the space on the outside, kept the nose in, but was just squeezed out by one of the moves of the race so far. That is unbelievable. Now Will Cope looking to go past JGT, just losing control a little bit, maybe just by that a little bit more than he could chew. Now Richard 1072 coming into the pits, coming to change those tyres. Now as James GT rounds La Source, at this end of the track there is no rain. At the far end of the track it is still bone dry on that racing line. But as we move round, looking at where the rain did just begin to fall there, looking down Stavilo, campus, doesn't look like that rain is falling. It looks like it was just a flash in the pan, so to speak. Now, has that made Richard think twice about coming back out on slicks? As Richard changed the intermediate and the rain almost instantly disappeared.
Okay, new set of medium done.
Oh, Will Cope's had a spin. I didn't see what happened, but Will Cope has had a spin, and that means the gap now. James GT.
Oh, what have you done that for?
Stretching that gap out, so it's going to be a big gap between Will Cope.
There we go, it fixed it. Need to fuel as well.
Yeah, there we go. So Richard 1072 has come out of the pits on the intermediate tyre.
I don't think you're ready for intermediate yet.
Just as the rain stops, as morning starts to come, we'll brighten up a little bit. Be interested to see if the sun hits some of those clouds. But that is very unfortunate for Richard 1072 there. In Austria, pitted, come out on the hard tyre, rain fell. Now he's pitted for the intermediates, rain stopped. Very unfortunate for Richard 1072.
Come on,
someone who
fill
likes
up.
and enjoys the rain so much.
Fill
not
up.
But that does mean JGT now with a nice cushion, 14 seconds ahead of Will Cook, 14 seconds behind Jeffrey, who's just taken a position from Eddie Catflap, who is now on his way out of the pits. Actually, no, sorry, Jeffrey hasn't quite gone past there. Eddie is just leaving the pits now. Eddie has left on the major tyre, so he's sticking with slicks, hoping that the rain stays away. But as Jeffrey comes round La Source, it does look like, despite morning coming, it does look a little bit darker coming around that side of the track. It'll be interesting to see where the rain, if the rain does come, it will be around Campus, Stabilo, the way that the wind is going, that's where it's going to be coming in, and that's where it's starting to fall. No sooner did I say it is starting to fall now. Richard 1072, he'll be smiling. Check him out on screen, because the rain's really starting to fall on that side of the track, and now he's sitting pretty because he doesn't have to pit for the wet. He's already on them, but as he leaves that section of the track, again, the rain stops. The rain hasn't reached that part of the track yet, so half the track's going to be wet, half of it's going to be dry. It's going to be very interesting to see what decisions drivers make from this point going forward now. So now Capitan Jinx just now coming into that part of the track, that far end where the rain is falling. But it looks like the rain is starting to reach all the way through the other side of the track, that source now as well.
Gonna pass over. Mate.
As we'll put there, just can't keep it on the track.
Climate change hasn't reached
us. Make space for Capitan Jinx to come through now. And Richard 1072, the only driver on the track, currently on intermediate tyres. Was that a stroke of genius? Did I speak too soon? Is the man genuinely the absolute boss in the rain? Would it be able to be the case? And now he's coming towards the wettest part of the track. This is the part that got the rain first. It got the rain the heaviest.
Bit of a lock up.
So he'll
all right,
no doubt be making up a lot
nothing
of time
serious.
Blue
flag.
But now that's 41 seconds.
Fucking Grimster coming up.
Now that's 40 seconds. So the time really is, it really is.
Oh.
Richard 1072 starting to make up time on these intermediates. When it comes to the straights, when it comes to where it's just gone off there, just doesn't quite have the grip. When it comes to that racing line, so what you'll find on the straights in particular, Richard 1072, like he is there, he's going to be coming off the racing line. He's not going to be following the racing line as much because he doesn't want to be on the tripod track. He wants to keep those tyres as cool and wet as he can to make sure that he has the benefit of it and hope that more rain falls soon. Jeffrey in the pits now. What tyres will Jeffrey be going on? Taking off mediums.
Still on track right out.
And it's the medium tyre for Jeffrey. So Jeffrey's banking on no more rain, hoping it's going to start to dry up. Wilco on the mediums, coming through on losing the car and getting the car down to see. Very timid, even in a straight line. There you see Richard 1072 take a very good line through the source there, avoiding the driest part, staying on the wet, and he's making time. He's now pulled 6 seconds on Wilco in just under a lap, so if he can continue to keep up this pressure, he can keep that, and rainfalls, he's going to be lapping. Again, the only driver currently on the intermediates, so he will be hoping for more rain. Wilco 20 seconds ahead, but had another off, has gone off again, so that means it's going to be even more chance for Richard 10-17 to close the gap now, and Wilco with wet, dirty, medium tyres has gone off again through Bruxelles. And Richard 10-72 now just coming into Bruxelles, so he's really closing the gap. He's half to the gap to Wilco ahead of him due to his decision to come out of the intermediate. However, because it's starting to dry up now, he has got grip, but his tyres are starting to wear, so he's going to be keeping off that racing line like his life depends on it. But he's making a lot of time up on Wilco at the moment. Richard 10-72 is now less than 10 seconds behind Wilco now. So that 30-second gap has almost completely disappeared. But how long is Richard 10-72 will be able to stay on these medium tyres?
Sportsmanship. Did you see that, Stevie? See that, Gaz? You make a note of it, Jackhammer. You witnessed it. What a recovery drive if I finish here. I can finish it fit, I'll be happy.
Catflap on his first debut, haven't been lapped, just been lapped by Wednesday in the lead, looks like he's trying to stick as close as he can, take advantage of the slipstream, following the line of the leading of the race. Wednesday's tyres are quite warm now, so might be looking at a pit stop for Wednesday here, 8th now on the next lap. And it is this lap. Wednesday coming into the pit to take the medium tyres off. Catflap has just set his fastest lap time of the race so far. Has in the process unlapped himself. So he'll be looking at him sitting in 4th place. He's doing very well this race in Catflap so far. Wednesday in the pit, Catflap-racing just coming towards the end of 24th lap and into the pits. Catflap-racing comes as well to take off those medium tyres as well. Putting some fuel in there. Barrier now just less than 5 seconds behind Eddie Catflap. We'll be looking to push, we'll be looking to take advantage of the soft tyres. Fresh soft opposed to Eddie Catflap's medium, which are still quite quick. Barrier going to be looking to actually pass Eddie as fast as he can.
Well, behind me, top socks, I think.
Top 4, getting top on the podium. Richard, 10.72. Still on the intermediates are starting to wear right down now. Richard 10.72, coming towards the end of the lap. James GT is just coming into the pit now. James GT on the medium tyres at the moment, very warm. What tyres will it be that Jake comes out on? As Richard 10.72 just brings round final chicane and into the pit. Down the exit of the pit lane now. Very large gap between Catflap-racing and
okay, Coach Eddie.
On the soft tyres, 7 laps to go in this race. Got 8 laps including this one. Mihai going around the final chicane now, coming up to the source. Instead look at the lap, Jeffrey getting blue flags and move over to the left. So Jeffrey with the blue flag, he's going to be having a left Wednesday through here. The blue flags are waving. Is he letting let him through on the final chicane? Excellent driving there, good timing, not losing any time for himself, Jeffrey. Giving credit to the space, but not holding up too much, making sure he will benefit. But Barrier is well, he's 38 seconds ahead. Fresh soft. Will those tyres last from the end? Now imagine 7 or 8 laps. Should be enough for the soft tyres, so anyone coming out with soft tyres now should be good enough for the end. Barrier 3 seconds behind Eddie Catflap. Who is on the medium, Barrier on the soft. So Barrier's going to be pushing now. Barrier looking for that 4th spot. And then in front, Mihai on fresh mediums. So Barrier 20 seconds off Mihai. 20 seconds on the soft tyre, over medium, over 7 or 8 laps. It's possible, but it's going to be a hard push to get there. Richard 10.72 did indeed come out on the soft, so we're going to stop trying to put in as quick a lap time as you can. 20 seconds ahead is Kobe. Kobe is going to have to bid before the end of the race, and it looks like that is going to be now very low, 1 mediums. Just into the pit, just Kobe, Richard 10.72, just coming around Blanchemont, just towards now the final chicane. But with the length of the pit lane at 24-hour layout, does mean that Richard will be taking this position. fresh medium tyres for JG going to the end. 88th place. It's been a very good race for JG. Very competitive. We're seeing something new every single week from JGT. And this week, unbelievable attacking prowess. Some of the overtakers, especially going around the outside of Stavelin. Onto the wet, off the line, unbelievable. JGT just get better and better each driving. Now Barry off 3 seconds to drift, still a very Catflap. Eddie Catflap putting in some good times now. Eddie Catflap, the last Eddie Catflap just finished 2:22.3 would have been 3/10 away from the race fastest lap if Grenster hadn't just put in the race's first sub 2:20 to 2:19.6 for Grenster, and what a lap that was. Barry on now, 2:22.1 is fastest lap. Fastest lap of his driver all getting very, very close together now. As the race comes to its conclusion, cars are very light. Will Cole come towards the final chicane now. Very warm, medium tyre. Will have to put again. Stretching these mediums as long as they can't make sure plenty light in the soft tyres for the final race. For the final stint, sorry. Eddie Catflap doing very, very well on mediums, managing to keep the gap to Barry for mine. The same, Barry isn't getting any closer. Barry is on the faster tyre, and the longer that Barry can, Eddie can keep this up, the harder it's going to be for Barry because his tyres are going to start to break. Eddie Catflap's not going to be too bad. And moving back again, JGT. He's just set her fastest lap of the race at 2:24.65 again, an excellent lap, especially fresh mediums in this well. You come off the racing line, won't be all over. 6 laps to go. That's what a race it's been.
Now my sippy cup's nearly empty. Motherfucker! I pulled it off again. What a dick. That's it, mind the T598. I wanted 5th place anyway. I've got to stop pulling on the steering wheel. It's not good for it. What a wanker I am. Gaffer tape. It's me, Jackerman, because when I brake, I pull on the wheel and I show you. It's too exciting. I've got to change my driving style a bit. I can't move. After the start yard, I'm doing alright. It was an atrocious rear flat. Maria's got it. Oh. Oh, he's got to refuel as well. He ain't got no fuel off. Oh. Oh. It's alright. It's alright. As long as I don't do it again. Take it steady. What we got? 2 and a bit laps. 19 second break. Cheers, folks.
Are we back, Martin? Have you started back up again?
I'm back, finally. Oh.
Just in time, Martin, just in time. Final lap.
Oh, I need to hurry up so I can find. Oh, yeah. Of all the time, the whole race. Excellent time on the PlayStation and decided
Come on, Grits, to finish the race.
Well, since it's loaded back up, I'm going to have to ignore the timing board. Currently, according to mine, it's first place J, second Catflap-racing,
Ignore that.
yeah. It also says that fastest laps will cope with a 2.2. Oh well.
Fastest laps went to 2:18.226.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
One more lap to go.
Yeah, just on the stream. I'll just stream you actually. I can see that you did a very good job.
Tired and dying. Gonna be alright, I reckon.
Oh, nah, everything's wrong. Apparently, Greg's goes on. It did on mine as well. Finally catching up here, so Grenster coming towards final chicane on the final lap, and what a season it's been for him so far. He crosses the line, first place, and that makes Rick the fastest lap as well at 2:18.1, and not only does he win the race, not only is it a clean sweep, Grenster is the first ever RGTR League champion. So congratulations to Grenster. It's been fantastic throughout the entire season. Very consistent. Again, surgical precision. And today hasn't been any different. What a champion.
The fastest lap's not settled yet.
No, it certainly isn't.
And Barry's still on soft as Grenster, and I'm not too sure myself Grenster.
Capitan just going down the final chicane now. Lose a little bit of grip. getting the power down. Fastest lap being 2:18. What can Capitan James do across here? It's a 2:18.8, so just not quick enough. But that is a great effort. Capitan James, again, absolutely consistent as it gets. Second place, yet again. Capitan James, as far as I think, I can double check with almost every single race now. Second place, unbelievable. Yeah, my time was completely messed up, so I'm not sure the drivers that are finishing now, that class is finishing in the position that finished behind.
Eddie is next to come in.
So, yeah, Eddie's just been punching on. Eddie having an excellent beginning of the race, qualifying. Excellent qualifying lap from Eddie in the wet. Adapted very well to the changes. Eddie now finishing in fourth.
Oh,
So that means
God.
at the moment, Eddie Catflap with that is sitting at 86 points.
Thank you very much.
Behind.
Thank you very much.
Which keeps him in fourth place, 1 point ahead
I'm
of
breaking
Mihai
like
now
a
in the
14-year-old boy.
championship. Eddie Catflap doing very well this season, keeps himself in the fourth place spot in the league.
Thank you, Mrs. Sauce.
Well done, everyone. What a race
City
that
Cup
was to sit and
17.
watch. Absolutely amazing. GG's to everybody. And congratulations, Webster,
I enjoyed
on
it.
being the RGTR
Well, I made it out late.
champion, first champion of the league.
Certainly is.
Congratulations.
With one race to go, unbelievable, deserves every bit of it. I know there's still the places
Beat the people who were blocking
just below,
me.
still up
All
for
that
contention.
counts.
I know if Jeffrey,
Right.
Jeffrey finished 6th.
Thank you very much for joining me tonight.
That put Jeffrey on 110 points after the night, which
the
is
beard.
17 points behind Capitan James, so only 17 points in it. That could easily change next week if
Now I'm
Capitan
a
James
professional
doesn't get the
screamer.
second place.
Think
Yet
about my
again,
appearance.
Jeffrey could step up there.
Gonna get a
Eddie
top hat
Catflap,
there.
86, so 1 point ahead of Mihai
Right.
in the championship now.
Black Hammer,
That's going to be a
Morgs,
very close
anybody
battle.
else is here? Mrs. Sauce. The big
And with the way
Jesus.
things finished there, it looks
Thank you all very much. I'll probably see you on Discord tomorrow,
Three
Jack
races
Hammer.
pitting on the last few laps
You'll
to
be
land
bed
the
down, mate.
fastest lap.
And the rest of you,
Webster.
Thank you.
Fantastic race from one and all, Mr. G.
I'll see you tomorrow sometimes. We'll probably go to America and cause more chaos over
Thank you
there.
to Martin as well, Jade. Without Martin, we wouldn't have the league. I really
Causing
wouldn't
chaos
have
in
two where to
America
start,
is,
to be quite honest.
Oh,
Entertaining
hear
people
it now.
watching me race around
I'll
the
fake it
audience.
until we're made it.
Right.
Fake it till
Look
you
at the
make
time.
it. But yeah, so looking
Have a good night.
looking through the league championship at the minute. After that,
I'll catch you all tomorrow.
with
Eduardo
Richard
Catflap
1072
over.
finishing 9th,
Bye.
Jade in 7th place. That means in the league standings, Richard 1072 only